Assalamu ala Rasulillah, amma ba'd. So, inshallah, I'm just going to give you tonight a summary of what we are studying, like from this book here that we are using. So, this book is called Sharh us-Sunnah, Sharh us-Sunnah, the explanation of the creed. And somebody may wonder, why would Sunnah be called creed? It's a very important question, because Sunnah, we know that what the Prophet ﷺ said, what he did, what he approved of, right or wrong, what he said, what he did, what he approved of. But why would the scholars call Sunnah here creed? Creed means belief. Creed means belief, what you believe. Because Sunnah, a lot of people, they have this misconception about the word Sunnah. If you ask a majority of the Muslims, right, if you do a survey, and you go to different masajid in different parts of the Muslim world, and you ask them what is Sunnah, they will tell you that which is highly recommended, right or wrong. Yes, majority they would say the Sunnah is that which is highly recommended. What is highly recommended? Something that if you do it, you'll be rewarded for it. If you don't do it, there is no blame upon you and there is no sin upon you. For example, fasting the 6 days of Shawwal. Do you have to fast the 6 days of Shawwal? You don't have to. Fasting Monday and Thursday. Do you have to? You don't. Okay. Now these are called mustahab. Called mustahab. Means that which is highly recommended. Right? If you do it, you get rewarded. If you don't do it, there is no sin upon you. Now this is the definition of Sunnah according to the majority of the Muslims. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. You understand? They say, oh, this is just Sunnah. This is all just Sunnah. But they don't understand that this word Sunnah is whatever the Prophet ﷺ said, what he did, what he approved of. Because whatever he said, is not all of it is going to be that which is highly recommended, right or wrong. Right. Whatever he did is not going to be everything is highly recommended. No. There are things that he did which are obligatory fard. And there are things that he did which are sunnah. For example, he said, pray as you have seen me pray. Pray as you have seen me pray. Okay, the Prophet ﷺ, he prayed Fajr, he prayed Dhuhr, he prayed Asr, he prayed Maghrib, he prayed Isha. Are these sunnah or fard? Fard. Okay. Then he also prayed, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the two sunnah before Fajr. Is this fard or is it mustahab? Mustahab, highly recommended. 4 rak'at before Dhuhr, 2 rak'at after Dhuhr. Is this mustahab or fard? Mustahab, highly recommended. Now you know. Now you're getting educated. So if that's the case, then we're going to move on to this term Sunnah in this book. Sharh as-Sunnah, the explanation, when they don't say the explanation of the Sunnah, but rather they say the explanation of the creed. Why? Because scholars, they have different expertise. You understand? They have different expertise. Some of the scholars, but there are few. They're not like that many. You don't find like a scholar who has excelled in every science of the Sharia. Do you? No, it's very rare, but there are. There are. Like for example, Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahullah, he's one of them. Like when Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, when it comes to the Quran, expert. When it comes to the Hadith, he's expert. When it comes to fiqh, he's expert. When it comes to the Arabic language, he's expert. In every field. Right? So, but those scholars are not that many, right? Now, but the origin and the foundation that the scholars, they vary in their knowledge. Some of them, they are scholars of hadith. They are scholars of hadith, like Al-Imam Al-Hafidh ibn Hajar Al-Asqalani, right? He's a scholar of hadith. But it doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't know the other sciences. He does. But his expertise is the hadith, right? Is the science of the hadith. So if he has to do with hadith, that's his expertise. Okay, now does it mean that he is not a faqih, a jurist? No, he was a jurist as well. A jurist is a scholar who can explain the hadith, right? He can explain the hadith and break it down. And also he can extract the benefit and the rulings and everything, right? This is very important. طيب. Now, when a scholar of hadith like Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani said sunnah, when he said the sunnah, he means that what the Prophet ﷺ did, what he said, what he did, what he approved of. Are we on the same page? Okay. Now, when we have a scholar of fiqh, jurisprudence, al-fiqh is like, how can you purify yourself? Right? When you use the restroom, how you purify yourself, right? How can a woman purify herself after her menses is done, right? This is fiqh. How do you pray? The conditions of the salat, the pillars of the salat, the requirement of the salat, the sunan of the salat, fast in the month of Ramadan, the rulings and the like. This is called what? Fiqh. The business transaction also, what is halal, what is haram, what is riba, what is not riba. This is called fiqh. Okay? So now, scholars of fiqh, when they say sunnah, what do they mean by sunnah? Anybody knows? When they say sunnah, they mean that which is highly recommended, mustahab. You got it now? So when a scholar of fiqh says it is sunnah to do this, he means that which is highly recommended. The scholar of hadith is more comprehensive. When he said sunnah, what the Prophet ﷺ said, what he did, what he approved of. Are we on the same page? طيب. Now, we have the scholar of aqidah. Scholar of aqidah. Scholar who teaches al-aqidah. Al-aqidah is your belief. Like, for example, you believe in Allah. You believe in His angels. You believe in His books. You believe in the messengers. You believe in the last day. Right? You believe in al-qadr, the decree of Allah, whether it is good or bad. This is called what? Aqidah. Right? Your belief. Okay? Your belief system is called aqidah. So now a scholar like al-Barbahari, the author of this book, when he said sunnah here, what does he mean? No. No, mustahab is a scholar of fiqh, like the one who teaches jurisprudence. But he teaches what? What is he teaching?
What he said, what he did, and what he approved of.
No, you're getting mixed up. You're getting really mixed up, brothers. You're getting mixed up. He's teaching what? What is he teaching in this book? No. Al-aqidah, the creed. Your belief. So when he said sunnah, he means what? Aqidah. You got it now. Are we on the same page or are you still confused? Are you still confused? Everybody is clear, huh? So now, when we talk about a scholar of hadith, when he used the word sunnah, he means that which the Prophet ﷺ said, did, or he approved of. Remember this. Okay, a scholar of hadith, when he mentioned the term sunnah, he means that which the Prophet ﷺ said, or he did, or he approved of. When a scholar of fiqh, right, when he said sunnah, he means that which is highly recommended. If you do it, you'll be rewarded. If you don't do it, there is no blame upon you. Right? But when a scholar of aqidah said sunnah, he means the affairs of aqidah. You got it now? We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us all al-ilm al-nafi' wal-amal al-salih. الحمد لله رب العالمين صلى الله على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم بارك الله تفضل
Is that basically means the sunnah have a different meaning on a different context?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. It depends on the person who uses it.
Okay, so like the sunnah doesn't just mean.
It does not just mean that which is highly recommended, which is the common belief of so many common Muslims. You know? Right or wrong? Like in Trinidad, when they say sunnah, what do they mean by sunnah? You know, the common folks.
When it says sunnah in Trinidad, it's just we follow the Prophet, whatever he said, did, what he approved of.
So do they include the obligatory, or they just talk about that which is highly recommended?
That which is highly recommended.
So
You see now?
Correct.
You see, this is big. It's not just in Trinidad. Brother, if I may ask you, what country?
I'm from the U.S.
U.S.
My dad's from here. Is that? But yeah.
You heard people saying Sunnah like that, which is
Yes. So, yeah,
highly recommended, right?
my understanding of Sunnah was like Sunnah prayers. Sunnah,
You see.
Sunnah was whatever.
Right. Which so the majority of the people, like the majority of the common people, when they talk about Sunnah, they mean that which is highly recommended.
That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. That how you explain it now puts it into a better context of the
Right.
hadith and then.
Yes. Absolutely.
I just generally thought, okay, Sunnah is.
Yeah.
Sunnah.
Yes. And also,
I have a question. Well,
Sure.
My question to them is like, when it comes to people saying like their denominations or what kind of sect they follow, it's for people to say that they're just Muslim, right? A lot of people always say they're Sunni Muslim.
Right.
I hear this a lot, and then I personally don't. I never try. I try to be orthodox as
Right.
possible, like
Right.
just purely what Islam.
Right.
Just follow Islam purely.
Right.
But then when I ask someone who says they're Sunni, and they say, "Well, it's you follow the Sunnah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam," is what they say. That's
Right.
what it means.
Right.
So I was like, well, I mean, I believe in the Sunnah, so I guess I'm Sunni too. Is that fair? Is that accurate? I don't know what the.
Okay, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, sallallahu wa sallam ala Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. As far as different sects are concerned, like for example, Al-Jahmiyyah, there is a sect called Al-Jahmiyyah. Then you have Al-Mu'tazila. Then you have Al-Ash'ari, then you have Al-Kullabiyya, then you have the Sufiyya and other than them. Okay? These individuals, they have differed with Ahl Sunnah when it comes to the belief system. You understand? So when it comes to the creed, actually, the Aqidah. And also we can include Al-Khawarij. Khawarij, we also include them because Al-Khawarij, they have an issue also in Aqidah as well. Because they deem those who commit major sin to be non-Muslims. They take them out of the fold of Islam. So basically they're very extreme. Okay, you can say extremist. Now you can also include al-Murji'ah. Murji'ah are those who say Iman is only belief of the heart. That's it. Salat, Zakat, they are not part of Iman. Okay, we can include those in there. So these, can we call them Ahl Sunnah? No, we cannot call them Ahl Sunnah. We will not call them Ahl Sunnah. The Shia also, we don't call them Ahl Sunnah. Because the Shia, they differ with us in Aqidah. For example, the Shia, they believe the Quran that we have with us has been tampered with. They accuse the companions of changing the Quran, which is a big, big lie. Okay. So those, they are not included. Now, what about the common Muslims? We're talking about the common Muslims. You know, they pray 5 times a day and they affiliate themselves to Ahl Sunnah, right? Then they are Ahl Sunnah. They are Ahl Sunnah. But someone who has knowledge of the Sunnah and implement the Sunnah correctly according to Al-Kitab wa Sunnah, they're not going to be the same as someone who's just cultural Muslim. You understand? Yeah, you see. So, because the second category, they have knowledge about Al-Quran. They have knowledge about the Sunnah of the Messenger. They know how to implement it. You see. So, yes, no doubt, Muslims, we, as long as they are affiliated to Ahl Sunnah, they are Ahl Sunnah. They are the people of the Sunnah. But the understanding, they vary from one person to the next. And the implementation of the Kitab wa Sunnah, the people are not all the same. No.
So are you saying that
No.
you can say I'm a Muslim, and then another brother can say, I am Sunnah because, and I am Muslim. I just pray 5 prayers, and that's it. And go to Jummah, fast Ramadan.
Right.
And then another brother would say, well, I pray 5 times a day, and I do follow other Sunnah before after prayers.
Right.
And do fast Monday, Thursday.
Right.
That person would be Sunni, you say, or Sunni?
Yes,
But
they
they're
are.
both
Yes.
still, but one is like, so it's more of a title.
They are Ahl Sunnah in the general sense. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
Not in the specific sense.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yes. And also, and I want to clarify something, that many of these deviant sects, they say we are Muslims and we are Ahl Sunnah. But are they Ahl Sunnah? They're not. And also, because of the confusion that we have today and the confusion that we have in the past, because so many different sects, Like today, we have the Muslim Brotherhood, then we have Jama'at Tabligh, then we have Jama'at Hizb al-Tahrir, then we have the different Sufi orders. So, do we have to say that we follow the righteous predecessors? Yes, we do. We have to. Because we have to make ourselves distinct from the other deviant sect. So you can say, I follow the Salaf al-Salih. I follow the righteous predecessors. Means the Prophet ﷺ, the companions, those who came after them, and those who came after them. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said in the Quran, in Surah At-Tawbah, ayah 100, والسابقون الأولون من المهاجرين والأنصار والذين تبعهم بإحسان رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه. And foremost from the Muhajirin, the migrants, and the Ansar, and those who follow them in precision and goodness, Allah is well pleased with them and they are well pleased with Him. So we affiliate ourselves to the Salaf al-Salih. We affiliate ourselves to the righteous predecessors and we follow their way. That way we are distinct from those who claim to be Ahl Sunnah but they are not. This is very important. Now, okay. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us all al-ilm al-nafi' al-amal salih. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.